Hello, everybody. I'm Dwayne,
And I'm Tom.
and this is
Our recovery life.
what's uh what's our topic this week, Tom?
Topic this week is going to be using dreams.
Using dreams. I like that. That's a good one because I think most people can pretty much at some time can relate to this. Like it's gonna happen, and if it hasn't happened, it's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, I just had one last week too, so it's good and fresh in my mind. Uh, I do. I remember my first using dream, which was really. It was like I don't know, 2 weeks in, and it was crazy because I like woke up, and then you know how you try and go back to sleep to get back to the dream that you were in. I was like, oh, so I can dream that I'm high, and I think I'm high, but I'm not getting high, so I get to keep my clean time. And so, when it was kind of weird in the beginning because, yeah, that first month or two kind of went like that, and everybody else, oh, I had a using dream, oh no, and I'm like, I've been trying to fall asleep into those, but um, I've learned a lot since then. That's probably not a good thing. And so when I'm using dreams now, they can get a little scary. Um, do you remember your first?
I do. I remember kind of a lot actually when I was in prison. I had a lot. It was something that scared me because I finally decided that this was my last time going to be in the old the DOC, the state, the blues as we call them. I was going to wear those clothes no more. I wasn't going to be in that cage anymore, and I started putting in a little work and got me started running a meeting in prison and doing some other stuff, and then those started happening, and I was like, I felt wrong and felt like I'm never going to be able to change. Like this is going to follow me forever. Like this is my mind just wanting it, and I had a lot of them, but like with anything in the beginning, I was so scared and felt like I was doing something wrong and kind of didn't talk about it very often. And then finally, I heard someone else talking about it, and that's when in one of my meetings there, and they I'm like, oh, you've had, and they everyone started laughing, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's like it's an okay thing. I just thought it was meant that I was going to go back and that it was going to have that grip on me forever. But
Right.
it I do remember my very first one that I had when I got out. That scared me because it was one of the ones that are vivid, and I remember like high def type dream, and
Right.
it was a long one. And boy, I woke up and I remember the very first thing I did was just look around and kind of, do I need to hide things? Like I was still in the dream as I was waking up.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
I'm going to come walking in on me. And then immediately went to, I just threw my clean time away. Like, oh no. Um, and that's pretty cool. That kind of let me know that I'd finally arrived, that I'm worried about losing my clean time.
Yep.
So I'm not just faking it anymore. I'm actually, this clean time thing means something to me. Um, how about you? Tell what the one you had recently. How'd you
Well,
get through that? And
I the using dreams I usually have, it's pretty much kind of the same little thing. I don't know how, but I'm somewhere and I'm drinking a beer and somebody's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" It's like, "What? I thought you were clean. What are you talking about? I'm not doing drugs. What are you talking about? You have a beer." And then I look down and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even realize I was drinking a beer." And then
that
like,
just happened.
does this count? Do I lose my clean time? And it's always that same kind of dream. It's like I'm I'm drinking, but I don't know that I'm. It's weird. It's a
No,
dream.
I
It's
get it.
weird, but it's always that same kind of dream. Now, the other week, like last week, I had this one, and it was the whole like I got high,
Yeah,
and I
those are
wasn't.
different.
Yeah, I was with this guy I didn't know, and because I was helping. some other guy do something, and we got left at a shop, and I'm like, don't leave me here with this guy. He's sketchy. And then,
I think that used to
so,
be me.
yeah.
Don't leave him with him. He's crazy.
So yeah, so I am the whole time I'm like trying to get away from this dude. And then he says something, and I don't know, we're talking, and then all of a sudden he bubbles up, and then I'm like, um, hey,
Hey, you're
hey,
not sketchy after all.
yeah, maybe you're not. Yeah. So then, yeah, so I just, you know, got in there and got her done, and yeah, it was horrible. So I like, and then I woke up, and I was like half still dreaming, half not dreaming, and yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, my clean time's gone, and then I was like, already in the like, what am I gonna tell Melinda? How am I gonna make like? I was already in defense mode. I was already doing damage control. Um, yeah. So then when I finally like woke up, I was like, wow, and it had such a impact on me that I thought about it all day long. Like, whoa. And usually I don't get the, like you're saying, all color, in stereo, Dolby surround, like you're in there. And yeah, that was a rough one. And it took a day just to get it out of my head. But
I I remember my last like real good using Dream, and the cool thing about the whole ordeal was in the beginning it was just me using, and the rest of the whole Dream was me trying to cover up, and everyone knew, but I was trying to, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
like
right.
the trying to get out of. And when I woke up, I remember thinking how exhausted that dream was, and it just brought back the um towards the end when everyone knew, like, and the cat was out of the bag, and I didn't want everyone to know all the how hard it was and how exhausting it was to try to hide it and cover up and the lies on top of the lies. I woke up exhausted from this dream, and I remember it lingered with me for about a day, and then I just chalked it up to that's the exhaustion. I don't ever want to go back to, like, thank you for the free lesson, the free kind of the check-in that my addict is still sitting there waiting and conjuring ways to attack.
For sure.
And the hiding and the lies and the manipulation and all that craziness, man. I don't miss any of that.
Right. Well, I was surprised how quick, like that I went into that mode, like
Yes.
cover up mode, like it was almost like an autopilot, which
And
is
I'm just I
kind
was
of scary that, you know,
that's ingrained in us, I think, that autopilot to just like cover up,
yep, cover up. Yep. There's all right. We said we're going to say we're doing this when we were doing that. And then, you
Yeah.
know,
We start
so
putting the
yeah.
pieces in the dominoes. Doot, 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 doot.
Yep. If you've been in, if you were in active addiction for a long time, I think it just becomes a reflex,
Yeah,
and I guess I didn't know I still had it there until that dream, and it's like, holy cow,
definitely.
which just lets me know that if I let that take me over, or if I relapse, I'm gonna be right to where I ended. Like it's not gonna be you're not gonna be easing into it. It's just gonna be boom, because all that stuff, all that reflex is still there about lying, cover up, and I felt horrible. I don't know. It was like being back, and I don't want to go back.
No, and I think with that being said, man, if you do struggle with the dreams, or some people get a lot of guilt from having the dreams, like feel like something's wrong,
Oh yeah,
man. When someone finally told me that it's okay that I have mine too, and there's people I know that have a bunch of them. Um, you know what? It doesn't make you wrong. Doesn't mean anything's wrong with your program. Doesn't um, you know? Some of them I just go on and without a thought, and some of them kind of linger with me that day. But you know, it does remind me that whenever I wake up, whatever happened the day before, whatever brain damage, I usually try to just kibosh it,
Yeah.
and I give you permission to mess with me one day. And what do you say? Sit up in your helmet.
Yeah. Yep.
You can sit up in my helmet for one day, but that's it. And even then, I try to curb that and make it a moment thing. Go for a walk. I mean, you talk about how powerful the mind is all the time.
Right.
Like, but sometimes I let it linger, and then all right, when I wake up, it's fresh slate, new day. Yeah, I just think as long as you keep them in the dreams and realize that that's what it was. It was a dream.
Right.
So yeah, I think we definitely should have you guys do some comments on maybe a few things topics that you guys are looking for. Scroll up, do some comments, or on the Facebook page, comment something you would like or something that you think someone else needs, or in this whole quarantine thing, what's a great subject?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Get some input, and yeah, because it's been fun. This whole thing has been really cool.
And it looks like you're camping.
Yeah, I'm camping a little.
Well, on that note, we're gonna keep doing these. We love it. It fills my cup, and I know it does yours.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna keep churning along. So fight the good fight.
Yeah, keep it clean.